Hello, it is Teresa Phelps Martin, and we are going to do a 10-minute strength, low impact strength. I teach yoga, barefoot yoga mat works for me. You can do this anywhere. You can do it with tennis shoes, you can do it outside. You will want a block or something that's firm that you can press into. Okay, so what we're going to do are 4 repetitions. And we're just going to repeat until we make it for the 10 minutes. The low impact is there so we don't jar or compress anything that might be vulnerable, but it'll still help us build strength and get our heart going. Okay, so I'm going to show you the repetition first, and then we're going to go for it. Okay, so you're going to stand, and as you stand, have your feet as wide as your hips. Feet turn out. Block's going to be in the center, okay? And your block, your wrists, need to be on the block. Okay, wrists on the block, palms pushed together, and what we'll do is we'll repeat this. You bend your knees, your arms go up, your hands come down, okay? We will do this. Your quads will tire quickly, okay? So we'll do that for a 30-second cycle. And then we're going to step our feet back. Same thing with the block here. Hands are going to be back behind the head. Now, we're going to draw the shoulders in, belly in, knees bend. You're going to glide back and step up. Glide back, step up. Glide back, step up. If that is too risky, right? You're going to bend the knees, glide back, step up, glide back, step up, okay? If that's too risky, then you'll come down here, use the block, lift into your core, glide back, step up, glide back, step up, okay? So you can meet yourself, you wanna be safe and mindful, all right? And then move number 3. We will come all the way down onto our hands and knees. And all we're going to do is lean forward and pick one hand up so our legs can have a rest. And we'll alternate. Okay? And as we alternate, then we're going to spin around. So not yoga to go this fast, but then we'll spin around. We're going to bring the block between our knees, squeeze the block, shins will be parallel, hands will be here, and we're going to lift. Okay? We're just going to pulse. Now, if you don't want to lift, you can just be here, squeezing the block, knees over the hips, hugging the outer hips in, using the core. Got it? Here we go. I will have my time for us. By the way, I really suck at intervals and keeping time and keeping count. So we'll just do the best we can. Realize 10 minutes seems short, but it's actually pretty intense. So find your feet. It's really great if you do this after a walk where you've already gotten your blood flowing and your body loosened up. All right, here we go. Push into the block with your hands. Good. Remember the wrist, elbows are out, feet are wide. Shall we? Big breath in the whole time. Keep your core in, belly in. Hug your buns in. Don't push your hips forward, just hug in. All right. Here we go. This is going to be fun. You're going to squat down, pull back up. Really move from that core. All right. And as we're in the interval, stay with your breath, right? If you find you want to turn on music to do these. Music really helps. It just doesn't work in recordings because my technology isn't that fancy. Okay, here we go. We have 10 more seconds here. Stay rhythmic and connected. All right, last 2 here, and then we're gonna switch. Really push into that block. Fire up the arms. All right, switch. Walk the feet in, hands behind your head. Feel that lift, that connection. Elbows are in, shoulders to the back. Bend the knees. Glide back, kick it up. Glide back, kick it up. So you're keeping your standing leg really bent. If your hands are on the floor, then you're just bringing your knee into your chest and gliding it back. Okay? 3 more on this side. I told you your quads are going to talk. And then pull it up, step it down. Find your ground. No need to rush. Low impact, drawn to the core. Glide back, step it up. You're going to notice you are way more solid on one side than the other. So be good with yourself. Keep breathing. My heart's going up. You can hear my voice. Yours too. 3 more. You got it. You guys are doing awesome. All right, now I got to remember what we did. Hands come down. Come onto your hands and knees. All right, here we go. 30 seconds. Lean forward. Push into the ground. Belly's lifted. And just alternate hands. Make sure when your hand comes to the ground that you're firm. And try not to swing around. Be really steady to the midline. Obviously, you're alternating. Lift into the core. Use your glutes. Stay steady. 3 more times on each side. Isn't this fun? And we get to do it? All right. Switch all the way onto your back. We get to do this cycle 3 times. Coming all the way down. Block in between the legs. Shins parallel. Core's engaged. Hands back behind the head. Shoulders come in and pulse. Okay? Keep the core contained the whole time. Squeeze into the block the whole time. Use those glutes the whole time. You're not using your neck. You're only using your core. So while we're giving our quads a break and helping with blood flow, our quads are still working. They're just working differently. All right, last 3. This next cycle, I'll do the modification, just so if you're modifying, you feel support. Otherwise, you'll stay upright. Okay, here we go. Head comes down, moves the block, roll over, or rock up seated. Come all the way standing. Feet go wide. Okay, that's 1 cycle. Feet go wide. Hands to heart center. Elbows wide. Shoulders to your back. Arms up. Hips go down. So you want to imagine you're sliding down a wall. So you're not leaning forward. Okay? Stay on that vertical line. Use your glutes. Use your core. Shoulders are to the back. And I told you I wasn't good with keeping time. So we're just going to do 5 more. Take it at your pace. Slow it down if you need to. While it's low impact, it's still an interval. So there's momentum, there's energy, and we're just using different muscle groups. Last one, come up. So you're either going to be here and gliding. Otherwise, you're going to come here. Block as tall as you need it. Knees are bent. I'm going to do the right foot first this time. So here, glide back, pull it in. Glide back, pull it in. Move from your core, clear in the neck and the jaw. While this one may not be challenging our balance, although it is, it's still intense. Okay, switch. Here we go, other side. Glide back, step it forward. You're using your core to pull you forward. Your knees stay tracking straight ahead the whole time. And you're breathing. And hopefully you're starting to sweat, especially if you went for a walk beforehand. Last 2. Oh yeah, I think my quads are saying mercy. All right, let's go. Come all the way down to your hands and knees. Hands and knees. So you're not just in a table. You're leaning forward. Pull in. If you need something to hold you accountable, block in between your knees. Super steady for the low back. Here we go. Right? It's just 30 seconds. How awesome is that? And in this interval, it's low impact. Your core is working. Your glutes are working, and whether you have the block or not, you are keeping your low back super steady, right? So we've worked our quads, we've worked our glutes, we're working our core, we're working our arms, we're working the rector spinae. Here we go, last few, and switch it. Sweep the feet around, come lying all the way down. Thank you for your participation. If you're here and you're showing up, then you value your body. You probably have injuries where the high impact isn't accessible. Here we go. So you can just stay here, right? I'll stay here this time. Squeeze the block. Just being still, sometimes it's easier to move. Just being still can take a lot more effort. That's why some people find yoga so hard, is because you're getting comfortable with being present. Feel your heart beating, feel your core, feel the gratitude that you showed up and that you're halfway, right? As soon as we get through this, we only have 2 more cycles. 3 more breaths here. Keep the belly engaged. You got to breathe more. Shoulders are to your back. Hug in, hug in, hug in. Circle the ankles if you need to. And then release. Here we go. All the way back up standing. You can roll over to one side, and then you're going to find yourself all the way standing. Feet wide. I'm going to face you for this one because I'm going to take my feet even wider for these next 2 rounds. Find the position that serves you. Push the palms in, core in. Shoulders are drawn to the back. They're not up here. All right. Here we go. Just 2 more cycles. All right. You go down, you come up. Now, with my legs wider, I am not locking my knees out. I am moving from the center, right? Feel the breath, feel that connection, that conviction. What's really great, if you can find a cycle where you can go for a 10 to 20 minute walk, okay? You come in and do this interval and then do a 30-minute yoga practice. You will find that the muscles will be fatigued, your heart rate will go up, and it will just boost those endorphins. Last 5, okay? Feel that power, that resistance, and stay connected to you. All right. I told you I'm not a good counter, I'm not a good timer. I just feel it. Here we go. I'm going to do the one up high. You choose. Find the variety. That is the truth. Now, if you're staying up high, the head pushes into the block, elbows forward. Here we go. Pull into that core, choose the side, and know which one you're choosing. Glide it back, step it up. Okay, this one's gonna work more of your balance in your core. The other one's gonna work balance and your quads and your core. So we're getting all the same areas. We're just really honoring and respecting and meeting ourselves where we need to be. Last one. All right, switch it. Here we go. Knees bend. The other side. Glide it back, hug it in. So wherever you are, if your hands are back behind you, then you're going to feel that power and that strength. Keep with your breath. Feel that resistance. Stay connected. And as you're connected, we're almost there. Last 3. Isn't it awesome? Feel successful. You only have 1 more time. You have to do that. Come, whoops, I got ahead of myself. To your hands and knees. Here we go. Find the position, find your core, and go for it. Meet yourself. Neck is free. Just alternate and use the mind power to stay steady and focused, right? Remember, the block was really powerful for me. I could be much more solid to my center. So you can use a ball. You could use lots of things here. Blocks are just appropriate. Last 3. I know this doesn't feel much, but it is. Here we go. Roll around, right? Block or no block. Here we go. All right, I'm gonna add on this time. Meet yourself where you need to be. Maybe you're here, maybe the block's there. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna stretch my arms out, legs out. All right, just adding on. You meet yourself where you are, okay? You could keep the arms here. You could bring the head back and plug in and the legs are moving, or you could stay in that initial position, okay? Meet yourself. The idea is to keep the core contracted. There's no vulnerability in the low back. So remember, I said this is low impact. That does not mean it's easy. Last 5. I know you can do it. So if you were looking out at your feet pulsing, you would just be able to see your toes. Don't go super low. It will hurt the low back. All right, bring it back in. You're doing great. My heart's up. Hope yours is. Here we go. Last cycle. Oh, yeah. Feet go wide. Hands to heart. Shoulders to your back. And bend and rise. Okay, I just took my feet wider so I could feel my inner thighs more and my quads more. You meet yourself where you are. I know you can go for it because it's the last cycle. It's the last round. You're doing amazing. We're rocking it. And this interval training is so powerful and it's so accessible, especially when you layer it in with other mindful practices. All right, last 3. Okay, surprise, pulse it. I know, squeeze the arms, pulse. I threw something in on you. You can do it, lighten up the toes. This is the trick. This is the trick. Fatigue it, burn it out. I know. 3, 2, 1. Whoo! Here we go. Hands behind the head or to the earth, knees bend, and glide it back. Pull in, right? Feel the control, the poise, the connection, right? Meet yourself where you are. This is our final round. It's getting our quads. You feel it? My quads are getting so tired, I'm losing my balance. 3 more. But it's awesome, right? Isn't it awesome to show up? Here we go. Switch. Your body's showing up for you. Knees bend. Glide it back. Pull it in. Right? So, if your hands are behind your head or on the earth, you're still fatiguing. There's no way you're not. This is a leg heavy interval, these first 2. Then we give our legs a break. Ask the muscles to work differently. All right. Keep breathing. Next time, turn on music if you need to. All the inspiration is there. Last 2. You got it. Yeah. No sneaky trick this time. Onto your hands and knees. Block to your inner thighs. All right. Sneaky trick. We're going for a minute this time. In this last interval, just stay more focused. You give it all you got because you know we're at the end. And as we're at the end, you know you have power. And as you have power, you just keep feeding into that. You keep feeding into your own resilience, the satisfaction of fatiguing yourself intentionally, getting your heart to beat, getting blood to flow, detoxifying, strengthening. We are getting there. You are more than halfway through this whole thing. We really just have the last cycle and we have 15 more seconds. You got it. And the best thing about this, I will stretch you out at the very end. One of the secret ingredients, last 3 in yoga, is giving the system a chance to process all it did. All right, nice work. You got this. Come lie down, find that block. Oh yeah, here we go. Which one's for you? Which one is for you? I'm coming back here, right? I felt vulnerability in my low back. Just come in here, squeeze the block, use your buns, and just pulse, all right? And just pulse. Flex your feet, circle your ankles if your legs are talking. It's hard to talk, move, breathe, and stay steady. The repetition is powerful. The repetition provides the refinement. And just think about it, 4 cycles. 4 cycles, you're doing it. And we're in that last final stretch. Yes, I have a surprise for you. The next time you come up, stay up and pulse it. Right hand to the left knee. Just pulse. Add into those obliques. Watch the belly. When it gets tired, it starts to climb to the sky. It just wants to disconnect. And maybe if it disconnects, it doesn't have to work so hard. Our core is the area, switch sides, that most of us don't access or know how to use. Not only is it responsible for so much of our strength and vitality, it also helps us stay deeply connected to our intuitive self. Last 3 pulses. Oh my gosh, you guys, you're awesome. Come back, head comes down, feet come down. Take your arms overhead, stretch your legs out long. Open it up. Feel your heart beating. Own it. Walk your feet over to the right. Feet to the right. Hands move to the right. Squeeze into the block. Just get a stretch through that whole left side body. Big deep breath in. Big deep breath out. And then walk back through. Arms. Adjust the shoulders. You only take your feet to the left and your hands to the left as much as the shoulders allow. Both shoulders are on the ground. Both hips are on the ground. And we're just opening up the right sideline. Heart still beating. We're just having a pause. You guys, you rocked it. You rocked it. It's so powerful just to do those intervals. Come back through the center. Move the block over to the side. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Bring your right ankle to your left thigh. Hands or no hands. I am sweating. I hope you are too. The deal, switch sides, left ankle, right thigh, is what we're doing is we're really letting the system know that it can stop performing. The heart rate's going to keep beating, okay? And in that beat, it's good for us. Find the feet wide, roll your knees to the right. You want to know your own, what is your healthy heart rate? And you want to meet yourself there. What it is for me is going to be different for everybody. So knees are to the right, use your core, come through the center. Knees go to the left. Breathe into it. You've got to know yourself. You have to know what's right for you. It's why I'm doing these low impact intervals, is to help you get stronger. All right, here we go. Knees to your chest, circle your ankles, roll over to one side, come up seated. Woo, my mat's sweaty, I'm sweaty. It's freaking fantastic. Bring your hands overhead. Woo, you did it, and I thank you. Peace out. We'll do this again. In the meantime, come back to this. Do it once a week. Use it. Let me know how it goes. Like it, subscribe, put in the comments, and also do your practices. Do your mindful practices, meditate, breathe, become more conscious, more compassionate, and be you. Be you. Be mindfully you.